Welcome to room number 2, the Universal Show. As I tell you on Saturday mornings, is always an element of surprise. Now, just only a few weeks ago, we had one of the generals from the UK scene, Omar, who graced us on the Saturday morning. And I did say I'm going to have to roll out the red carpet again because we got another one of the generals in the building this morning. Very good friend of mine. We've kind of grown up together in this business. Him being a musician and an artist, and myself being a DJ. He's in the building, and I'm so honored to have him here again. The first time I had him on the show was probably about 6 years ago, but he's here again, 2013. Could you introduce yourself, man?
Yo, this is Don E in the
Don
building.
E.
In the building.
Don E, man.
Yeah.
Nice to have you here on a Saturday morning.
Safe, bro. It's all good, mate.
So how you doing, sir?
Tired, you know? Late night, studio last night.
Studio last night, you're here today.
Here today. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's good to see you. So, okay, Don. So, for those people that might be logged on right now, they might not be of a, certain age to understand who you are. We need to let them know who's in the building and why is it I refer to you as one of the UK generals of the soul scene.
Well, I'm Don E, singer, songwriter, producer. My first album dropped 1992, so that was like 2 years after Omar's dropped, and I've been like trying to just pioneer this soul, this they call it neo soul, but for me it's just soul music. I'm true, I'm a hip hop baby. You know what I mean? I've crossed it with, so you're getting the hip hop beats with the Al Green and Smokey Robinson chords, and you know what I mean? And that was just the fusion they call neo soul now, I guess. And yeah, that's me, man, representing for the UK, man, from 1992, man.
So 92.
Yeah, I was like Tinchy Strider back then. You know what I mean? It was like,
so since 92, you've been on the scene.
Yeah.
What have you been doing in those 20 years, my brother? What have you been doing?
Boy, and since 92, I did the first album, Unbreakable, which was an underground hit for number one for weeks and things. So that one song that's kept me going for years, actually. But I mean, after that, I did a Changing Season album on Island Records. Darkus, who's Amy Winehouse's A&R. After that, I went to America, hooked up with Daddy O from Stetsasonic and Bob Power and those cats. Wrote some albums out there. You know, the industry's crazy. Nothing ever happened. We come back. We created the All Saints. When we got back, me and my brethren Ron Tom, I helped put the music together for them to get them their record deal. And then also we did the same thing again with the Sugar Babes. So we did that as well. Because all of those girls used to be individual artists, used to come to the studio, and what it is my mate got fed up with us having to go studio 3 times a week for 3 different girls, so put them all in one night, and let's call them, I'm naming them after the road.
So hold on, so people need to understand this. So you're solely responsible for the Sugar Babes and All Saints. Yeah, so people need to understand that. They need to understand that. Yeah. So
we put the songs together to get them their record deal, basically, to let everybody jump on them, kind of thing. And then after that, I signed to D'Angelo's label in about 96, 97. Me and Stuart Zender from Jamiroquai, bass player from Jamiroquai, we signed to him, to D'Angelo. We did an album. We recorded at the Electric Lady in New York, Jimi Hendrix place there. Album never come out. They shelved it. So I come back to England again. It was just toing and froing, man. And I went on tour. Started touring with Grace Jones. Started playing keys for Grace. And in between that, I've been making music. I put out Natural album and Try This album on Dome. I did Ladies Night, which is a bunch of chicks from my that's coming to the studio. You got girls that come in and bad boy tunes, never gonna hit the street. I thought, man, let me stick them all together, put them out on the CD. So I called it Ladies Night and just stuck it out there. I did another EP called Sexy Soul. I've always tried to keep the voice out there, really. And now we're on Little Star.
Wow, that's a resume. That is a resume. So I mean, how has Donny grown as an artist since 92? What have you learned about yourself as Donny?
What have I learned about myself? I learned what I don't like. I would just do things a lot different now, or I do things a lot different now. Because I was listening to Unbreakable album which came out in '92 the other day for the first time. The whole thing, I listened to it. I was like, wow, I do it so different now. I wouldn't touch Unbreakable though. And I'd be trying to be a bit more clued up as far as management, because when I first came out, all you want to do, most artists when they first get signed, they just want to be out there. You want your flat, you want your car, you want some gal, you want some, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what you want. So I had managers that made sure I had that, but they didn't. They made sure that I didn't know what was going on with the money. Right, you get me? All they made sure is I was comfortable. Yeah. So you know what I mean? If I was to do that now, I don't even have a manager really. I don't really. I have a PA. I've got an agent. I got to do it that way around. But management thing and me don't work.
Right.
So
okay.
Yeah.
So that's a very good point that you're bringing up there. So you felt like you wasn't, briefed enough about where the business was concerned, because it was a case that you just came out. You know what I mean? You're out there, videos, songs. I know you was doing Top of the Pops and all that stuff as well. But the business aspect, you didn't really understand it fully.
No. I mean, you kind of, you just want to be a star, innit?
Yeah.
You just want to be out there as a youth. You just want to be out there. So and the management I had at that time, they were good. No, I can't knock them. They got me where they got me, but at the same time, they hid stuff from me that years later you start to find out. Like, man was saying, boy, we've been trying to book you and carry you to Ghana, carry you to Nigeria, take you to Japan. But your management, the bill was too crazy, bruv. The bill was nuts. And when they started quoting me the bill, I was like, really? What, for me? They're like, yeah, they wanted that kind of money. And that's why you never came. And that's why we didn't. So now I'm trying to sort of catch, sort of recap and go back and touch all them places that I should have touched years ago. And
that's funny that you should say that, Donny, because even sometimes now in the last 5 years, I've had to touch base with managers of artists. I might say, I'm trying to get some jingles from your artist. Sometimes the managers have said to me, well, my artists don't do jingles, right? Yeah. And I'm like, okay. But they don't realize that the world is small and you might bump into the artist somewhere and you've said, I spoke to your manager the other day, I understand that you don't do jingles. They're like, what? I don't do jingles. But it's conflict of interest. Cool. So sometimes, a manager can be a hindrance to you as well. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So, okay. So forwarding on now, you've got a hot resume. Wow, you experienced with Grace Jones. What was that like as well?
Grace was, well, I call her Amazing Grace. You know what I mean? She. In fact, my brethren, Ivor Guest, this producer who produced on my first album, he called me 8 years ago and he said, yo, bruv, I'm working with Grace here and we're trying to put a band together and we want to go on tour. We want to start taking it on tour. So I need to find some musicians. So anyway, come and meet her. So I arranged to go and meet her. So I went down. You think, wow, Grace Jones, that's that woman who boxed Russell Harty, proper, rah. So I'm gonna go meet this woman, and yeah, it was amazing, man. Sat down, we vibes on music. She listened to some of my music, and then she said, right, you're coming to my house. I'm cooking you dinner. So I went to her yard, cooked me a curry goat and rice. So she said, you're gonna be in my band. I said, yeah, I'm gonna be in your band.
Because she's Jamaican, right?
Yeah.
She's Jamaican. Okay.
She's Jamaican, but when she's ready, she pulls out the yardie thing. You know
okay,
what I mean? She don't ramp.
No, but Grace Jones is one of those females that you wouldn't really mess with. Yeah. She looks serious. Yeah. She look like she'll beat you up.
She will beat you up. It's no joke. It's no joke. I've never met nobody like her before. Wow, you're real. You are like Grace. People want her to hit them. I've seen people do things so she can box them.
Really?
Just so yeah, I've seen some crazy stuff, bro. Serious. But no, that's and she makes it a show. She kind of shows you how to pull a show off and how to, I mean, she's just amazing, man.
She's very theatrical. I know that. I've seen her. Okay, so forwarding on now to 2013. I mean, wow, your resume is kind of thick. I mean, you've done a lot of things. How has the industry changed now, Donny, from when you emerged onto it? Because I mean, you've definitely seen all the changes. Like, you've come from the whole cassette days, right? Yeah. To the vinyl days, to MySpace. Yeah. You've been through the whole transition. Yeah. How have you managed to keep up to date and relevant with all the current changes within the industry?
You kind of have to not be afraid of change. You know what I mean? You got kind of be just open to change. If anyone who's stuck in their, in their ways always gets caught, they're still on the MySpace thing. You know what I mean? And MySpace dead. Can't be on that no more. You know what I mean? You got to keep moving. Yeah. You got to keep moving with the times, but keep your music just. I think just I can only make music that's me really. I can't really start putting out tunes that's trying to.
It's okay. Yeah. I'm gonna object there. You said moving with the times. Now a lot of R&B artists and even some hip hop artists, just to name a few, have opted for the easy road to jump on the dance route because that's what's popular. If they want to keep their name still ringing within the mainstream, they're like, you know what, I need to jump on a David Guetta track or jump on a, you know, whoever it may be, Calvin Harris. Is that a route that you would ever go down just to be relevant in the mainstream?
Depends on what's going on with me. For me, I like, you know what I mean? I for me, I'd rather do my original song and then bust some mixes that I like that. Yeah, rather than do a tune that is straight David Guetta-ish or something like that, because that's going to take me down another road, and I don't know what's at the end of that road there. You know what I mean, bro? I don't know what's at the end of that road there. But I know what's at the end of the soul road.
Yeah.
I know what's there. So I try not to. I mean, I don't mind, like, you know what I mean, doing a little, because when drum and bass was on, you know, when it was out, I was on that. You know what I mean? When Soulful House, I've done that as well. Because it's you know, music. I'm a music man, you know what I mean. So no genre really scares me, really. But yeah, I don't mind. I'm a bit schizophrenic like that. Yeah, you know, chip and chop, man.
So how have you still managed to keep relevant then? Because I know we kind of digress. What have you done to try and keep relevant with what's happening today?
You know what? I keep making the same music. That's all I've been doing. Like, to me, the music I made in '92 was relevant, and to me, that music ain't never going to be not relevant. Do you know what I mean? So I've always really kind of kept making the same music, really. Obviously, the sounds change, the sonics change, so you kind of have to sort of, you know what I mean, use the correct, like, snare sounds, drum sounds, key sounds, or whatever to go with what's happening on the radio at the moment. But the essence of it is still, you know, I keep the same essence. Is production a lot easier now that we've got more facilities to make a track? Yeah. Is it a lot more easy? These days, like you were saying, going back to what you were saying, like when I came out, it was cassette. Yeah. And I was saying to somebody the other day, like, we used to play the song for 6 minutes, and then you'd play different sections within that 6 minutes, and then the engineer, he would literally cut the tape with razor blade. Yeah, the piece you wanted. Yeah. Cut it with razor blade and stick it back in somewhere else. Earlier on, splice the tape. Yeah. But these days now we got Logic and we got Pro Tools, so it's just cut and paste. Literally, it's a virtual thing. And I know a lot of listeners can relate to that. Yeah. Hold tight, those that remember when you was younger and used to tape a tune off the radio. Yeah. And then for some reason, I don't know, your mum might just pick up your tape and throw it, and then it will snap. Yeah. You'd be like, "Mum, what are you doing?" I mean, you know, used to use. What's the prick stick? I've tried prick stick. I'm not even going to lie. Prick stick. Yeah. And you stick the two brown pieces together. Yeah. But you know what? That was the only way we could keep music alive. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I said, love it, mate. Bare tune. I said, like, you know, 1 minute of a song and then the next tune. But that's how we used to do it back then. Yeah, and then we got into 2-inch tape, you know, the reel to reel. Because when I came out, we were still using 2-inch. So we used to have 4 man going in studio with you. You know what I mean? One to do the 2-inch, one to run the desk, one to run the computer. It was mad. So, I've seen the whole change, man. It's nuts. And then I had to sort of learn all of that. I thought, you know what, forget hiring all these, because it was costing too much to go to the studio. You're going to the studio paying, like, you got to pay him 200 quid, you got to pay him 200. But just to do one song, I'm paying like £600. Wow. That don't make no sense. So I thought, right, learn the computer thing, learn the Mac, learn Logic, a bit of Pro Tools and that, and just be self-sufficient. And because of that, and luckily I'm not just a singer, I play instruments as well, so I can do. So how many instruments can you play? Well, I guess it's 4 or 5. Okay. So tell us your musical inspirations, people that have really inspired you, and probably if it's changed now with modern day artists. Are you inspired by modern music, or is it just, you know, classical? Yeah. I like, I'm inspired by all sorts. Originally, I'd say it was Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway, Michael Jackson, definitely. Marvin Gaye, Al Green. I love Al Green. Aretha Franklin. But then there's Dr. Hook. There's War. There's Parliament. There's James Brown, Prince. All them things there, you know. Dexy's Midnight Run. I like Depeche Mode. I like Phil Collins. I was inspired by a whole lot of different things. He's a bad boy drummer. Yeah, I was inspired by, you know, just the whole growing up in England thing. So then there's the Sugar Minott and the Dennis Brown and Bob Marley, and you know what I mean. I was inspired by the whole lot. And nowadays, I mean, and then there's the new cats like there's Frank McCone. Not many people know about Frank. Frank's like the new Donny Hathaway to me. He's like sick.
He's bad.
Sick. So I love like Frank McCone. Mint Condition. I love Stokely and them boy. Them boy are bad. So yeah, I mean, you know.
Quality artists within their rights. So forwarding on, we're talking about the brand new album, which is out now. And, you know, tell us what's different about this brand new album as opposed to what you've done in previously. What's so special about this one?
Well, what's so special about this one? I think as you do each album, it should get better and better. And hopefully this is the best one so far. I think it's the best one so far, actually. Apart from if it did have Unbreakable, it'd be wicked.
Yeah.
On it. But no, you know, this one's. I'm happy with this album here. I'm happy. I've got because this album was celebrating my whole experience from a youth till now, just all the soulful stuff that I've picked up, you know, and you know what I mean. That's influenced me. So, and I'm paying homage to I've got a track called Spiritual with Carl McIntosh and Omar and Loose Ends, Rick Clark, Paul Johnson, Noel McCoy.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? Everybody on one song.
Jeez.
Everybody on one song. So that was always a thought in my head, but I could never. No one ever done it before. I was like, how come all these people ain't done one song together? And we were at a party, and it was like, yo, instead of us sitting there drinking rum, let's lick a tune. You know what I mean? Let's lick a tune. So yeah, so I thought let me introduce it on my album. We're actually coming out with our own project.
Oh, excellent. All of you as a collective.
Exactly.
That should be crazy.
That's exactly.
Paul Johnson, you know.
Yeah.
No. You need to hook up something for me, man.
Yeah, man.
You need to hook up something. Paul Johnson, classic.
Yeah, bad
classic.
man. Yeah.
So, your standout tracks from the album for you personally.
For me personally, I was last album I did Bob Marley. I did Waiting in Vain.
Yeah.
For the last one, and this one I said to people, I got another one, you know. They said, what's that one? I said, I can't tell you yet, though. I said, I can't tell you, but I've done it on this one. It's Love Has Found Its Way, Dennis Brown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. No, we've got to feature that this morning, you know.
Yeah.
We have to feature
You have
that.
to lick that, bro.
Oh, my God.
So I've done that, which is, I think that people are feeling that one. There's also the spiritual one. For me, there's a track called He Ain't Got My Style that I think is a dope song. Everyone seems to like. There's another track called Incompatible, which is, I've kind of gone down a Prince road on that one. He Ain't Got My Style is more, I'm touching the Al B. Shaw vibe. Okay. You know what I mean? From back in the day, that kind of flex. So yeah, it's just different sides of soul that's influenced me, man. And yeah.
So you liking anything now in the mainstream? Who are you feeling at the moment? What are you listening to at the moment? I know you're pushing up your face at the moment. What are you feeling at the moment?
At the moment,
anybody that any new cats that you think
there's a new girl called Ayana Wilson Johnson, and she plays the cello. The chick plays the cello.
Ayana Wilson. I'm gonna go and check
go
this
check
out.
her out,
I'm gonna go and check. She's on YouTube, right?
She's on YouTube.
Ayana Wilson.
She plays the cello, and she sounds like India Irie, and she does the drums with her hand, and it's amazing to watch and listen. You think, wow. Okay. You think, wow. How come no one ain't on this? Like, how come no one's on this? This is banging. Okay. She'll be mad in America. It will go off. Bluey Robinson. I like his voice. I think he's got a wicked little voice there. Bluey, man. There's a couple of guys from Fundamental. What's the lead singer from Fundamental then?
Oh, no, I can't remember their names. Is it Riley or something?
Yeah, the name's bugging me right now.
Yeah, Fundamental.
The Muse is cold.
Because they've all gone solo now, right?
Yeah. But lead singer boy, they're in bad, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you know, the youths are going on with it. I can't knock what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's all love, man. You've got to do it. It's got to be done. Yeah. And hopefully, what I'm noticing though is a lot of these youths now, they're starting to play real instruments again. Right. And so, you know what I mean? It's a cycle and it's a circle and it's coming back. So.
Okay, so before you get out the door this morning, because it's been nice to have you on a Saturday morning. It's overdue, man. Any last things you'd like to say to somebody right now, you know, listening to you, Don? Words of wisdom about something that you've learned from the industry that you could, like, you know,
I think I said
leave with someone this morning.
Yeah, I think I said the same thing last time I came in, man. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. Try and be unique to you. So basically, when the record comes on, people know it's you, and you don't sound like right now. You could put on 4 records and you don't know who's singing the lead vocal because they all sound the same. Yeah. Everybody's auto tuned up. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with auto tune. It's how you use it. as well. But for me, you just be unique, be yourself, and just stay true to your thing, man, and follow your dreams. Don't when people are telling you can't do it and you're wasting your time, because people told me even down to 4 or 5 years ago, man, telling me you're wasting your time being Donny. That's what a man said to me, big promoter, said to me, and I was like, wow.
He's telling Donny that he's wasting his time.
Said, you're wasting your time.
Wow.
Bro. He goes, yeah, be a songwriter. I mean, I can see what he means, because when you're a songwriter, the songwriter's making paper. Yeah. The singers ain't really making as much paper, but luckily I wear both hats. So for me, I'm an artist, and you know, I mean, I've looked at Prince, I looked at man like Stevie, Al Green. These guys are gonna do it to death, and that's what like man like me and Omar are gonna do it to death. So that's it.
There you have it. You know what, Donny? Always a pleasure. Do you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say, because I feel good about this job that I do, you know? I love it because when I was growing up, I remember having that album where you were standing there, twisting up your hair, and here he is, you know what I mean? 15 years later, or however long it is.
20.
Do you know what I mean? 20 years, 20 years later. Do you know what I mean? Definitely one of my good friends in the industry, so it's a pleasure to have you here. So we're going to go into some of your tracks this morning, a couple from the album. I know you mentioned that one with Dennis Brown.
Yeah.
We need to feature that this morning. And another one that you've been always going on about to me off air. What's the other one you've been going on about?
Oh, Hot Like Summer.
Hot Like Summer.
Yeah, we've got to bust that.
Oh, we're going to go into that. Yeah. Any information where the listeners can correspond with you and all that good stuff?
Yeah, www.donnymusic.com. You can hit me on Donny McLean at Facebook as well. Or you can hit me on Twitter at Atomic Dread. Come chat. Let's rap. Let's talk about it, man. You know what I mean?
Boom. So we're going to go into what we're going to do now? What we're going to first?
We're going to Hot Like Summer.
Hot Like Summer. It is WOW FM 90.4, the Universal Show, exclusive with Donny this morning. Let's go.